Well, welcome back to another Blue Glove edition of Boomer Baseball. I made a previous video, a before video, where I showed these two Mark McGwire inserts from the 90s. Both slabs having some condition issues. The leaf slab had a pretty good sized scratch going over here and had some hairline scratches around there. But the main problem was there was another big scratch this way here. So if you check out that video, you'll be able to see the before and after. Just a little bit of polish, a rotary tool, the right kind of medium, and you can buff out pretty good scratches fairly easy. The key is to get down to kind of like the base of the deepest scratch. So if anything is gouged, you have to get down to kind of bedrock. You got to get down to that layer so that you can even everything out. So this is the after on this piece. So that big scratch is gone, and the scratch that was here is gone. There's probably a couple little things in here I could have done better, but I wasn't that concerned. I just didn't want it to look terrible. This one was the worst of the two. So this is the 92 Bowman Gold parallel, and this one had quite a few hairline scratches throughout the front, which was pretty bad, but wasn't completely egregious. However, the back, if you look at the previous video, the back had 3 lines of double-sided tape, like adhesive residue left on here. And the previous owner had used some sort of implement, like a flathead screwdriver or something, to scratch that residue away from the case. And all they managed to do was destroy the case and put big giant gouges in the surface here. And you can still see some of that damage here. This is not the deepest of the gouges, but it kind of just shows you some of the damage that was on the back. Now, I didn't buff this out because I didn't want to remove the PSA identification there. So I wanted to leave that on there. So even though there's some damage up here still, I don't really care. But this was the big problem. There was some pretty substantial chunks taken out of this thing, gouges. So you start with the sandpaper, a decent grit, but a fine grit. It's going to take you more time, but you're going to create like an even surface. And then once you get down to that deepest scratch depth, then you can use something like a rotary tool with a cutting medium, and maybe in like I used acrylic polish in a heavy and a light scratch like formula up to a polish. So anyway, that's the slab rehab right there. Now, I was thinking about doing this as a service, but there's honestly way too many variables. I think just the liability of handling an expensive card, the cost of doing it, I don't think I'm going to be cheaper than reslabbing it. So I don't see what the point is, but I don't know. Maybe somebody out there doesn't want to have to send a card in and worry about it getting damaged and regrading, and they just want the slab cleaned up. But right now I'm just doing it for my stuff. But here's the fun little ticket tonight is the 1991 Donruss Series 1. Now, this stuff was made in mass quantity. They made millions, I'm sure, of these boxes. But this is the first year of the Elite Series. So even though it doesn't feature any kind of advertising for the Elite Series, it doesn't even tell you on the outside that there's an Elite Series. It doesn't have odds. But they're in here, or at least they could be in here. The chances of them being in here are like 0. I bought 6 boxes of this in 91 when I was a kid, and which I think was half a case. I don't know if it was 12 or 24 was in a case, but I bought 6 boxes, and I thought that seems like a fair amount to crack and get an Elite card. And I cracked the 6 boxes, and I didn't get squat. But you can imagine the singles from this year really weren't worth it very much, because people were cracking these things like Willy Wonka bars trying to find the golden ticket. So even though you pulled Griffies and Hall of Famers, it didn't add up to like singles that were worth anything, because so many people cracked this stuff and they had printed so much of it, it killed the value. As you can see, this is a $20 box. I just bought this from the Burbank sports card shop. What's it called? Burbank Sports Cards? Yeah. So it's a Burbank Sports Cards is like a baseball and sports mega store. So it has everything, Pokemon, baseball, you know, it's got everything. And they got like $20,000 Mickey Mantle 1951 Bowman in there, stuff like that. So they've got a little bit for everybody. But anyway, we're gonna open this box and just see what kind of shenanigans we can find in here. Shout out to The Past is Alive. Shenanigans, one of those favorite words. All right, here we go. Or expressions, I should say. Pardon me. All right, let's see. Oh, they're jumping to get out. Cool. All right, let's take a look-see. And these cards will go into my personal collection, where I'm recreating my childhood collection of junk era wax cards in a nice binder format and a one-touch for Hall of Famers and big-time rookies. But we'll kind of get through this a little bit. No need to be too, what's the word, retrospective about it. Oh, look at that. Nolan Ryan right on top. That's nice. It looks like there's going to be a hideous Diamond Kings underneath. Oh, blowing a gasket. All right, so there's Nolan Ryan. Nice. See, that's a nice Diamond King. See? Perez, he can do it when he needs to. I'm pretty hard on him, but some of these renderings are pretty dope. They're not all horrible. Wangan. Gooden. What a nice pack. Look at that. Pascal. Gilkey. And the puzzle this year is Willie Stargell. All right. Let's see. I think I'm getting through all the 1980s Donruss. I think I've got all the years now. I either had the factory set or a box that I opened. Barry Larkin. Bobby Bonilla. I'll keep Bobby Bonilla out because he was hot back then. The late great Ryan Sandberg. George Brett. Very nice. Very cool. But yeah, this stuff is, there was 2 boxes. I saw these on Saturday and I thought, oh man, there's 2 boxes of Donruss 91. Dare I? And I thought $40 is a lot of money to just kind of, pardon the expression, urinate away. So I didn't do it. I thought, you know what, that's a fool's errand. There's no reason. There's much better things you could do with $20, you know? Give it to somebody who looks like they need it. Buy somebody some lunch. Save it, you know, do something with it. But I thought I dodged a bullet. I went there today to get some supplies. And when I was there, I saw that there was still 1 left. And I thought, what's the odds? What's the odds? The speculator, the fiend for cards in me said, what's the odds that that box that is so mangled and looks like it fell off the truck, what's the odds that maybe it does have one of the amazing elite cards in it? So I convinced myself to spend $20 on what's going to turn out to be like just about $5 worth of cards. But you know what? It's fun. I don't mind opening cards. Even 91 Donruss. Not a very charismatic looking set, but I've seen some pretty ugly cards lately going through the 90s. So it is what it is. And it's a sign of the times. The designs back then, I mean, look how funky. I mean, what is this stuff? It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. All right, let's see. Another repeat pack. Sandberg, Diamond King. Derek Bell again. Yeah, pretty cool. Boink. All right, let's see. Cecil Fielder highlight card. And another Juan Gonzalez. Steve Sucks. Right on. If you don't know why I have a bad opinion about Steve Sachs, you should check out one of my other videos. That's how I get you to watch more than one video. You can hear about my recounting of meeting Steve Sachs, the famed New York Yankee and LA Dodger star, Milt Kyler, Bobby Bonilla again, Greg Olson, Leo Gomez. I don't know what he did, but we'll look into it. Steve Sachs, not the warmest, kindest guy. I mean, he's no Dave Stewart, but he wasn't very nice neither. Let's see. Sandy Alomar All-Star, Ozzie Smith, Fred McGriff, Joe Carter again. I already got one. Greg Olson, Diamond King. You know, I in the old days, I would never pull out a Bob Welch All-Star card, but in my permanent collection, I will do that for my retro collection. Larry Walker. Pretty nice. It's just, you know, it's kind of nostalgic to see who the perennial all-stars were. And some of the ones that, you know, that was their only all-star game. Now, if I get two, I'll take them out, but I'll take the best one. Will Clark. That was Fernando Valenzuela. I'll take him too. Why not? Got to have some Dodgers representing in here besides Oral Hershiser. Thigpen. Diamond King. Another Nolan Ryan. Another Cecil Fielder. Same kind of collation. Nope. If you look at elites on eBay, I've been looking at them and I just cannot pull the trigger. I do not currently own any elites. The design wasn't very good. Again, it's just not a very good aesthetic. But what they remind me of are the cheap stickers that you could get from like a liquor store, like a quarter machine. There's a nice Randy Johnson highlight card. Just, you know, like that crazy, choppy, chunky foil that all of a sudden is in, you know, like every modern product. I mean, back then it looked like swap meet, like bootleg cards. It just looked hella generic. I mean, the signature cards are cool. Nolan Ryan signature card, you know, Ryan Sandberg signature card are really cool. But the foil ones are just kind of awful looking, but I don't know. There's something nice about the awful, nostalgic nature of them all. Sammy Sosa. I mean, they're cool, and I wouldn't mind pulling one, but I don't think I want to start collecting them. Oh, look at that backwards Moises Alou, rated rookie. I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I mean, there's some of the they're not that expensive. You can get, you know, like there's a guy who had a Kirby Puckett that looked really nice. It was ungraded, but it was like $60, $70 best offer, something like that. I think it was like $60, $70. There's a nice King Griffey Jr. All-Star. But dude, I just can't do it. I don't know. I'd like to pull one, but I don't know if I want to go buying them all. It just seems a little too nostalgic. Little too. The Sandberg is nice, though. The Ryan Sandberg autograph is amazing. And that thing was always expensive, but of course, since his passing, it's gone a little ridiculous. But, you know, that's how it works with everybody. And they pass away. Speak of Ryan Sandberg. Prices go up. Oh, double George Brett pack. Boy, got some good, look at all these celebrity all-stars and Hall of Famers we got going. Yeah, let's see. Oop. All right. Ray Langford. Randy Johnson. Boink. Randy Johnson with that high leg kick. Pretty cool. Another Sosa, a throwback uniform. Probably Kaminsky. When they used to play at Kaminsky Field, or was it Kaminsky Field? I think it was. Derek May, Kurt Stilwell, Matt Williams, Diamond Kings. Again, I hate Diamond Kings, but I've decided that I'm gonna put them in my binder collection because why not? I'm not gonna put the jerky players though. Only the star players. I gotta draw a line somewhere. Another King Griffey, that's nice. Dawson's nice. What a nice, another Cecil Fielder. Cecil? Robin Ventura, actually had a really good career. Dave Stewart. All right. Speak of the morose. Let's see. All right. Mattingly. Fernandez. This was a big prospect card back then. I kind of pull some of those out too on occasion, just because they were hot for the time. Edgar Martinez, nice. Mark Grace, nice. Ryan Sandberg again, very nice. Gee, mini Christmas. There's a lot of goodies in there. My Donruss binder is going to get a lot thicker. All right, let's see. Harold Reynolds. Randy Johnson again. Cool. Whoa, what happened here? Look at my Roberto Alomar got crippled. Look at that thing, it's all messed up. Gee, many Christmas. Oh, rest in peace there, Diamond King. That one I won't put in my binder collection. This box is falling apart. Here, let's just put it like that. There you go. It's like when you're at the store, just holding on for dear life. Let's see what else we can. Oh, these are sticky. Maybe they searched this box. Just kidding. Actually, you know, this would be a box where you'd have all the King Griffies and you'd have all the stars and all the rookies, because anybody was just looking for was the elite. Isn't that ironic? That you can get all the Randy Johnsons and all the rookies and all the King Griffies, and it's still searched because they were just going for the elite cards. I don't think these are searched though. They seem pretty good to me. Roger Clemens, another Nolan Ryan, Carlton Fisk, Wade Boggs, Ryan Sandberg again. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Another Ken Griffey All-Star. Man, we are cleaning up on the Ken Griffey All-Star. It's like the third one. I don't think we have his regular card, if there is such a thing. Thigpen again. Fernando again. Maybe he's in Series 2? I have no idea. Oh, sorry, my shoulders are a bit cockeyed here, a bit wacky. All right, let's see. Greg Maddux, nice. Steve Sucks. I guess he didn't suck. He was an all-star that year, huh? Shame on me. Marquise Grissom, Mark Grace again. Hensley Mullins. I like to call it Muslix Flakes. Muslix. It's an old cereal. It's a healthy cereal from back in the day. It's like grape nuts. If you've ever wanted to eat like aggregate or like gravel, you could have some grape nuts. Disgusting cereal. All right, Chuck Finley. It doesn't even taste like grapes. It just tastes like cardboard. Really dense cardboard. All right, let's see what we got. Fielder highlight. Chris Hoyles. This rookie, Gary Carter. Belcher Martinez, nice. Tino Martinez, Lee Smith, Kevin Belcher. Oh, Rudy. Getting there. Okay. Saberhagen. Leyritz, another Alex Fernandez. Martinez. Another Mark Grace. I think this being a 2-series set, looks like we're seeing a lot of repetition here. All right, let's see. Ron Gant. Jim Abbott. All right. Cool. Oh, that's Willie's face. The wax is stuck to Willie, though. This puzzle's not going to work out very well. All right, let's see. Cal Ripken, nice. First Cal Ripken, another Randy Johnson, another Ron Gant. All right. Getting down to the yitty gritty. It's my duty to open this stuff. I should probably get a new duty. Anybody like Nacho Libre? Who doesn't like Nacho Libre? Will Clark, Palmero. All right. 8 packs left, it looks like. 8 packs. Let's see if we can get that last minute elite, huh? Sandy Alomar. Another King Griffey. Holy mess. I think that's like our 5th or 6th one. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's Dave Parker. I'll take a Dave Parker. And my favorite, Stan Mark McGuire. Now, I was definitely tempted to buy a Mark McGuire Elite, but it's from 92. I think it's from 92. There's only 10 whole thousand of them. You know, back then that was a big deal. 10,000. Nowadays, if there's a chase that has 10,000, it's not worth anything because, holy cow, 10,000 is a high number. In an era where everyone's looking for 1 of 1s or 1 of 10s, or at the worst, like 1 of 25. I don't know why I'm keeping Alex Fernandez, but my childhood instincts tell me to keep him. He's a hot prospect. He may go places, be a Hall of Famer someday. The clinical side of me says, no, don't do that. He's not going to pan out. Derek May, Andres Galarraga. Let's get a Joe Carter, too. A Trammell, another Johnson highlight. Let's look at the Langston Witt highlight. Julio Franco. I like Julio Franco. I need to get at least a couple Texas Rangers in there. I got Nolan. Now I got Franco. I don't know who else I could stuff in there, but we'll find out. Langsford, Reard, and Hershiser. Alomar, got a clean one. Eric Davis, nice. Terry Brose, Chris Wabo, Dave Hansen. All right, down to the final 4. Now let's move these around a little bit. All right, there we go. 4 left. Yep. Boy, these are stuck. They must have been in like somebody's attic somewhere. Gary Carter highlight. Dave Parker, Diamond King. And oh, there we go, my boy, Mark McGuire All-Star, like it, nice. Julio Valera, Tony Gwynn, nice. All right, cool, down to the final 3. All right. See, for every one of these boxes opened, the odds just get that much better for everybody else. So, you know, doing my part to make everyone else's life a little better. Taking these hideous boxes off the market. 1 disappointing box at a time. 2 Sandbergs, 1 pack. Pretty good. Not too shabby. All right, 2 to go. 2 to go. Okay. Vizquel. Big Pan. Fernando. Muslins. What is it again? Mullins. I don't know why I call them Muslix. Carlton Fisk highlight. Already got Gant's 2 of those. All right, last pack. What do you think? Signed Sandberg Elite. Why not? Looks like disappointment, Bill. I don't see anything special in here. At least, nope, I don't see anything different in there. And, oh, something stuck. There we go. Caminetti, no. Gilkey. That's all she wrote. No Elite. Not a shock, but thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out my before and after results, and Thank you for hanging out. Why I did not get an elite, but I did get about 15 King Griffey Jr. All-Stars. Look at this stack of stars and rookies who suck and Hall of Famers. Look at all that. I'm going to have a lot of sorting and prioritizing to do. Otherwise, my Donruss binder is going to get out of hand real quick. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.